What's up, everybody? Matt here, back again with another video for you. A collection video, which we haven't done in a very, very long time. Today I thought we'd take a look at my Beach Boys, obviously, record collection here. We're going to start things off with the compilation albums. This album, you might have seen it on the channel before, on my worst album covers video, mostly because of the sun and the fact that the sea just kind of goes into the sky. Not that very good of a cover, but a very good compilation for the Beach Boys. Pretty much a little bit of everything. And oddly enough, this is the only one I own that is not made by Capitol. This one is done by TV Records. So they just licensed all of these tracks. This is also one of the few Beach Boys albums that I personally bought. The rest of these, with the exception of the one at the very end, all belong to my mom. Moving on here to some of the compilations that Capitol themselves actually put out. Here we have the Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So very cool there. There's a lot of great tracks on here. Pretty much everything that's on here is also on this guy right here. But obviously slightly different mixes and things of that nature. And not only that, but I mean, just some really cool artwork. What I absolutely love about the Beach Boys collection is anything they have on the back, because I love them advertising their other records. I love the photos that they have. It's really, really cool to see all the time and effort that they put into them. Also, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got the filing suggestions at the top. So I really, really like that that they have that. It's just something cool they used to do as well. So those are those two. That is the Best of the Beach Boys Volume 1 and the Best of the Beach Boys Volume 2, both by Capitol Records. Again, just more hype on the back for more of their records. And here we go into some of the EPs and LPs. Surfer Girl, the Beach Boys. What a cool picture. I don't think you can find a cooler picture. This has a little bit of everything on it. This is a cool record because it really showcases some of the wonderful work that these guys were doing. It's really well known by this point, but the Beatles were very much influenced by the work of the Beach Boys with their songwriting and their sound and things like that. And they were kind of in a healthy competition with each other. And I just love this photo of them. They're so young in this picture. It's so crazy. And I love the descriptions, the liner notes on the back. How you know this was my mom's? There's her name right there. Actually, a couple of these have her names. Have her name on there. Grabbed two by mistake there. All summer long with the Beach Boys. They always had such good pictures of these guys just hanging out and doing stuff. Very, very cool. All summer long. Just every record of these guys just has just hit after hit after hit. They could do no wrong with a lot of this. This was really cool too, that they did these little letters to the fans and stuff, and they did their little signatures and their pictures and stuff. Also digging the sun right here too. But this one has some great ones on here. I Get Around, Little Honda. Do You Remember, Girls on the Beach, Don't Back Down. Really, really good stuff on this one. And the Beach Boys today. Another really cool picture. Just really, I don't know. It takes you back when you see it. Even though I personally, it wasn't in this time period. I wasn't even born yet. But it's a I wouldn't even say it's nostalgic. It's a time. It's a style. It's a frame of mind. I don't know. It's pretty cool to just put records like these on and just listen and look at all the stuff. I love that a program of Beach Boy favorites plus some great new Brian Wilson songs. They really knew how to advertise records back in the day. Beach Boys, Summer Days and Summer Nights. 2 exclamation points there. Another very cool iconic photo. Right, yeah. And going around the back here. More pictures, more notes to the fans there. It really created this kind of I don't know what you would call it. a connection with the fans on a level that I think other bands really didn't have. And if you read through some of them read, kind of like just generic, but some of them are like really, really sweet. And I don't know if they actually wrote them. I'll have to do more research on it, but some really cool stuff. And this is really hip. Beach Boy fans, send your letters to that address, and the Beach Boys will read them all one by one. Wonder if that's still good. And here we go again. Shut Down Volume 2. Some really, really good stuff here. I know I keep saying really, really good stuff. But another really cool photo here. And somebody paid only $1 for this one. This one, again, focusing on some newer tracks and some singles here. That was kind of the weird thing about this particular time period. It's like, you'll buy some of these Beach Boys records, and it's like, well, why is this song on 2 albums? Well, it's because Capitol didn't know. I'm just going to come around and say Capitol didn't know how to release stuff. They really, really didn't. So you would get singles on one album and then get them on another album, and it was just kind of a way to just kind of move product. Finishing up here with my 2 favorite Beach Boys albums, Pet Sounds. I have a friend of mine who asked me, I guess it was about a couple weeks ago, he was like, do I need Pet Sounds? And before he could even finish the S of sounds, I was like, yes, you need it. This was the impetus for the Beatles. Well, not the impetus. It was the one of the big contributing factors to Sgt. Pepper, because the Beatles did Revolver and Rubber Soul, obviously in reverse order, and Beach Boys heard it and were like, well, we want to do something kind of like that, so they did Pet Sounds. And then the Beatles were like, well, we want to top that, so then they did Sgt. Pepper, and then, the rest of the story. That aside, this is a fantastic album. And I think anybody that doubted that the Beach Boys were just a fad, or were just, something kind of throwaway, it doesn't exist here. It's put to rest here. These guys knew not only how to write, they knew how to perform, they knew how to produce, they knew how to do what they did, because this right here is one of the greatest American albums ever made. It's so incredibly beautiful. There's a song on here for everybody, and the fact that it starts with "Wouldn't It Be Nice?" I mean, wow. Just, so good. And I love that they include pictures of their Japanese tour on the back. This album is like a warm hug for me. I love this record so much. Every time I hear it, I just feel better. So I love this record. And finally, my other favorite Beach Boys record, Beach Boys 69, or Beach Boys Live in London, or I think there's a third title. And there are 2 different covers for this. I actually got this one not too long ago. This is a really, really good show that they did in London. A great cross section of tracks, but unfortunately, sadly, Brian is not featured on it, and there's kind of reasons for that. But even sans Brian Wilson, it's a really good live record, and if you haven't heard it, you should definitely check it out. One thing I like that they do on this is you get a lot of stage banter from the group, and it's really fun to hear them talking with the audience and playing some really, really good music. It's not everything, there's more comprehensive and probably better produced Beach Boys live albums, but this one is my favorite. It's a cool snapshot of them. So those are the Beach Boy records I have in my collection. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it, and I will see you guys next time.